That girl. That girl. That girl has.
That girl.
That girl.
That girl.
That girl.
We've all heard about that girl. Not your average girl, but that girl. An idea
That
created
girl
on
really
social
means
media
taking
of a
care
girl
of your
who has her
mental
life
health
together.
as well as physical health. So I'm gonna do my little 5-minute gratitude journal as well as my daily to-do list.
So today I want to talk about channeling the energy of a main character and how to be the main character of your life and live life
daily goals.
moving
You guys
forward.
enjoy.
The goal is to ask for confidence.
It first came to my attention in the fall of 2021. I was asked about that girl and the trend and how it might be affecting women's mental health, especially women who use a lot of social media. So my understanding of it is that it started as women posting idealized aspirational versions of themselves. And so the kinds of things that people posted as part of the That Girl trend would be things like eating healthy, exercising, organizing or cleaning their house, things that we all aspire to do maybe in some way or another, but putting it out there publicly that I've got my life together and look at me, look how together I am.
My own personal perspective of the trend is I do think that more times than not, it does fall to a more toxic type of trend. And the reason I say that is because it's not as much of a bad thing to want to promote a healthy lifestyle, but I do think that it's just not realistic. And so a lot of the things that are presented in this trend just doesn't fall into a lot of people's schedules. And so I think that when people try to imitate the trend, it can be kind of difficult and in some ways have a negative impact because it's not possible for many people.
So that's something that is unique to the human species, where we are driven to try to evaluate where we stand in terms of other people. Are we as good as others? Are we better than others? And that's just a human nature. And so social media has hijacked that part of our brains that has that primitive instinct to socially compare.
When you see a certain kind of person promoting this perfectionism in your life and promoting that standard that you want to follow and that you see a lot of people follow religiously, but they don't realize that not all of us come from the same background and not all of us have money or the time or even the resources to invest in ourselves enough to look like that.
Some women expect or are motivated to look at those kinds of images because they think that it will help them to achieve their goals of weight loss or becoming more fit.
It's just so weird at some points. Like, I can't always eat healthy. I can't always eat on time. I can't always exercise. I can't always go for a walk or try to maintain my physical health because my mental health is in shambles sometimes and I really need to focus on that.
When I do come across these videos, I find that they kind of make me rethink my own way of living, my own way of taking care of myself. It kind of makes me feel a little bit bad about myself. It makes me hard on my own state of being because I just find that I'm not doing the necessary steps in order to make myself the best version. Yeah, it definitely makes me think that these people are above me, or I'm not as good as I should say.
And I think that the audience can be motivated by inspiration. Here's a celebrity or here's an influencer that I think looks beautiful. And that's the way I want to look. I wish I could look like her. And if I follow her, maybe I'll get some information about what she does there's this hope that, oh, if only I could do that, then maybe I would look a little bit better, or maybe I would feel better about myself.
At this point, I've just realized that I'm not going to be that person. I'm just going to be me, and that's okay.
So identifying what you want to change, not just what you think you should change because it will look good on social media, but really what helps you to sleep well at night, what makes you get a good feeling when you think about your lifestyle, what brings you happiness. And then to have small, manageable, sustainable goals towards that happiness, but not perfection, because there is no perfection. Nobody has a perfect life.
I have a timer on my apps, my social media apps. Every day at 5 o'clock, my apps become locked so that it allows me to be more present in my everyday life. And you just kind of take a step back from all of that content that we absorb constantly.
Maybe we need more media literacy around how much work goes into posting that kind of video, how many takes they had to do, how many, what the rest of their day looked like.
I don't think like being that girl should be a rule of life.
Social media is 100% a construct. What you see is 99.9% of the time not at all what the reality is.
But it's okay for me if I don't exercise one day. And it is okay for me if I don't see my friends one day. And it's okay for me if I don't like wake up and instantly journal my thoughts out.
If you think that every single person who looks happy, says they're happy, loves themselves and loves who they are in their life, just remind yourself that you're not always seeing the whole picture and that most of the times you have it really, really great. Yeah.